At a press conference addressed by the Nkonya Youth Association, led by Kojo Tete, the group claimed that even though the Alavanyos had lost all 5 cases brought before them in the law courts, they have resorted to acts of violence and imposed on the people of Nkonya arbitrary boundaries that have neither historical nor legal basis. According to the group, criminal activities have been perpetrated on Nkonya lands, including the setting of fires to the forest, theft, and destruction of food and ash crops. The group reiterated that the apparent silence on the part of government to uphold and defend the dignity, sanctity, and integrity of the judicial process has been shocking and disheartening.
Following the attack on Nkonya Tai by the Alavanyos on Easter Sunday, April 11, 2004, a mediation committee was put in place at the instance of the Volta Regional Minister, Honorable Kwesi Owusu Yeboah, to facilitate the process of fostering lasting peace between the two communities. The mediation committee so constituted failed in their mission due to the following reasons. 1. The committee set aside previous court rulings as well as original boundaries of the area which had formed the basis of all court judgments and rulings since 1953. The committee also sought to impose on the people of Nkonya new boundaries unilaterally generated by the Alavanyo, which had no legal or historical basis, even though the committee had not been clothed with any legal mandate to redemarcate or create new boundaries between the two traditional areas. 3. The committee was solely interested in preaching peace, but ignored the tenet of justice and truth, which are crucial elements for the facilitation of peace process. During the tendency of the mediation committee's watch, the Alavanyos persisted in their criminal activities in blatant disregard for the committee's admonition to both parties to observe a ceasefire. 5. We want to state here that the action and inaction of the mediation committee gave the Alavanyos false hope and created the impression on the minds that they, the mediation committee, had power to set aside the court rulings and set new boundaries between the two communities. We wish to reiterate and put on record that the mediation committee, like all other committees, commissions established under various regimes.
Furthermore, the group said, in the interest of peace, stability, and development in the two traditional areas, government and all relevant state agencies should urge the Alavanyos to accept and respect all rulings and orders in judgment pronounced by the courts of competent jurisdiction of the land. They also maintain that the Alavanyo should be made to understand the civil ways to acquire another's land and not by force of arms.
That in the interest of peace, stability, and development in the two traditional areas, government and all relevant state agencies should take the following urgent steps. 1. The Alavanyos must be made to accept, recognize, and respect the existing boundaries based on the Dr. Gruner map of 1913. That effectively binds the 6 nation states of Nkonya, Bin, Alavanyo, Santrokofi, Akpafo, and Bouri. The Alavanyos must also be made to accept and respect all rulings and orders in judgment pronounced by the court of competent jurisdictions of the land. They cause investigation into finding those behind these criminal acts of murder, kidnapping, destruction of food and cash crops, setting fires to the forest, as well as illegal chainsaw operations, and bring them to justice. The Alavanyo should be made to understand that there are civil ways to acquire another land, and not by force of arms. The era when one could acquire land by force of arms is gone for good. Conclusion. Finally, ladies and gentlemen from the